From the shores of Malibu where the waves are pumping, to the Great Wall of China, and back to the streets of Las Vegas where the UFC is coming. We are live. This is It's Time Radio, the show where we talk about what you think about but may be afraid to voice. Do not worry, we'll voice it for you. We talk about everything on its time. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, UFC, politics, entertainment, you name it. I'm here today with my co-host, TJ DeSantis. TJ, another week gone by, week of life. Everything good?
Things are great, Puff. How are you?
I'm good. I celebrated my birthday on Tuesday.
I know. Now you're 50. Congrats.
Yeah, 50. I'll take it. Nope. 67, boys. 67. Hit the big 6-7. So all good. But, I mean, what better to celebrate my birthday than with my co-host and partner, TJ DeSantis, of 16, 17, 18 years? I can't keep track anymore.
I think you were actually 50 when we started the show. No lie.
Yeah, so 16, 17 years now. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Where's that Joe Rogan money when I think about 17 years with a podcast? Think I've been doing
question.
something right or something wrong. I'm just kidding. All good. All good. Eddie Bravo, always a pleasure to have you on. Celebrate my birthday week with the amazing Eddie Bravo, the champion trainer, the jiu-jitsu master, the man who knows it all, seen it all, done it all, and more to come with more to do and everything else. Speaking of Joe Rogan and the podcast, Eddie Bravo has been with Joe Rogan on that podcast since day one, right, Eddie?
Since day one, yes. Happy
Day
birthday.
one.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Hey, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it very much. Thank
Is
you.
today your
Thank you.
actual birthday?
May 21st,
What's today?
Tuesday. Tuesday.
So next Tuesday.
Yeah, last Tuesday. Last Tuesday.
Oh, last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
May 21st, Eddie.
You do
May
bir-
21st.
You do birthday weeks, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I think the trick to enjoying a birthday, you never know what the day of the birthday is going to be like, is to celebrate like a week before to a week after and just have a good time. But actually, at this point, celebrate every day you wake up, put 2 feet on the ground, stand up, and walk to the bathroom. All good. All kidding aside. Eddie, you got a lot going on, as usual. Hey, first off, before we get into the EBI, jiu-jitsu, everything going on in your life, comedy work. What's going on with your comedy work?
I am not a full-time comic. I'm a part-time comic. You might not even consider me a comic because a real comic goes out every night, or almost every night. Oh, like
Right.
jiu-jitsu. Comedy's like jiu-jitsu. You got to go out there and practice. And you got to spar and work on new stuff every night. And unfortunately, I can't ever live that life because I teach jiu-jitsu at night. So I go out. Me and Sam Tripoli, we do tinfoil hat comedy night. We go across the country. We got Connecticut coming up in like June, late June. Me and Sam Tripoli are going to be in Connecticut, and we're also going to be in New Jersey. God, I wish I had the goddamn dates on me. But I go out once a month. Me and Sam will hit a couple cities, and then I'll do like one spot a month or two locally. So I'm barely going out there. So I'm
Yeah, but
I'm barely
you're still staying active though. You're still staying active though.
I've been consistent like that since for the last 7 years. That's how I've been doing it. We go out once a month. We could go out every weekend. He does. He goes out, but I can't. I got my son's 12 now. He's super into baseball. There's baseball tournaments every weekend, so I can't be going out every weekend doing stand-up. I just can't do it. But once a month is good, and then once a month I'll do a seminar, a jiu-jitsu seminar, and then, we'll do, then I'll also go out and do Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds or EBI or Medusa. And we got EBI, the 10-year anniversary show coming up June 2nd in Austin, Texas. And June 1st, we're going to have our first ever EBI Open. Just like IBJJF, just our first EBI Open. That's going to be June 1st in Austin as well. So go out, compete, and then on Sunday, go watch EBI, the Absolutes 10-year anniversary show. We got Giancarlo Bodoni, we got Big Ben, Manisu, we got Ryan Aiken, 2-time Combat Jiu-Jitsu World's Champion, Ryan Aiken, Amir Alam. It's going to be awesome. So that's June 1st, EBI Open, June 2nd, EBI on UFC Fight Pass. The Absolute.
Very cool.
All in Austin. Make it a road trip to Austin. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Go to EBIofficial.com to register for the EBI Open.
Very cool. 10th anniversary, right? 10th anniversary of 10th Planet. 10th anniversary. No, not 10th anniversary of 10th Planet, but 10th Planet. Excuse me. EBI's 10th anniversary. You've been doing this 10 years now.
10 years, yes, yes.
God, time flies. I mean, really, time flies. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And all those shows we did at the Orpheum, you were the one you were our announcer. Those are some classic
That's right.
moments. Bruce Buffer doing
That's-
EBI. Are you kidding me? You forgot about that? Did you forget? You used to do that?
No, never
You
forgot
just- you
about it
just-
because, quite frankly, I enjoyed EBI and I enjoy sitting back on the sidelines watching the matches. I thoroughly, even more so, enjoy the combat jiu-jitsu. I love the open hand slaps.
Hell yeah, yeah. You like
Yeah.
it, huh?
I like it. No, I love it. I love it. I think it's great. It gives a real edge of bravado to the whole thing, for sure. No
Yeah,
question.
it makes it a little more realistic, and
Yeah.
and you get punished for doing unrealistic jujitsu.
Right.
Keeps it real. Keep it real.
Keep it real, but also, we're so used to watching UFC and everything. It just makes it that much more entertaining for the active eye.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the only way, because the greatest UFC of all time was UFC 2. That was a 16-man tournament. And were you
Yep.
announcing? Did you announce UFC 2?
No. I was watching UFC 2. My first UFC I attended was UFC 6 in Casper, Wyoming, when I had Michael, my brother, announce it. My first one was UFC 8 in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, February 1996, where I did the prelims. And then my first full show was UFC 10. Then I did UFC 13, and then didn't stop from that point forward.
Awesome.
Yeah, a little bit of history there.
Like
Over
having
28 years, Eddie. Just celebrated 28 years in February.
That's amazing, man. And it's super awesome, hearing your voice announcing for my show. EBI is like
Oh.
hearing your voice. It's like it just puts a stamp of legitimacy on it. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, Eddie. Thanks very much. Sincerely, I really appreciate that. I love working with you no matter what we do together. Too many years, Eddie. We've been through too much together, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Let me go into some USC stuff, Eddie. I want to get your opinion on a couple things, okay? First off, we got a match here. It's funny. I saw Terry Crews, the actor, saying he was going to fight Anderson Silva. He was going to box him June 15th. But it's actually Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen are having a boxing match.
Interesting. That's
Interesting.
I'd watch that. I'm not really
I'd
a
watch that
giant.
too.
I'm not a giant boxing fan, to be honest. I mean, I'll watch like the big fights, and lately boxing has been a little more interesting. I used to be balls deep into boxing. I was a boxing encyclopedia. I had stacks and stacks of boxing magazine, Ring magazine. I would never throw them away. I was all into the, when it comes to boxing, it's totally fine and okay to be racist. Like I was all Mexican out. White people go for the white people. Black people go for the black people. Mexicans always go for the Mexicans. You're never going to, in boxing, it's totally okay to be racist. And soccer, too. But everything else, MMA, you can't look at it like that. But
MMA is a universal demographic of fans. They're for everybody.
Yeah. With MMA, its style is thicker than blood. Like, I don't give a shit if a guy's Mexican at all in MMA. All I care about how good your jiu-jitsu is. That's all I care about. I like striking.
Right.
I like striking, but once I saw UFC 2, I was like, dude, I threw all my boxing magazines away. I just completely jumped ship. I was like, fuck this. UFC is like, you could fight on the ground. I thought fighting on the ground was for pussies. I didn't know you could fight on the ground. I thought fighting always had to be on your feet. And I wrestled in high school, and whenever I would get in a fight in high school, I didn't think I was fighting. I was a pussy. Everybody knew I was a pussy. I would just take dudes down and hold them down and hold them inside control until the principal broke us up. I was a total pussy. That's how I fought. I would double leg dudes and hold them down. So I thought I was cheating. I thought I was being a pussy, and I didn't care. I didn't have a reputation to uphold of being some badass. I was like, yo, I'm just not going to get hurt. I'm going to take a dude down, hold him, pretend I'm punching his stomach, and then hopefully someone pulls us apart and saves my ass. But then you see UFC 2, and they're fighting on the ground. Like, you can fight on the ground? Oh, my God. Oh, shit. I didn't know you could fight on the ground. Oh, my God. That changes everything.
Made a big difference. Every street fight I've ever been in, pretty much, I'd say 80% of them, they all go to the ground really, really quick, and then it's a matter of fighting dirty or doing whatever you can to survive to get out of it. But I know in high school, if I was going to go toe-to-toe with somebody and I knew they were a wrestler, I thought twice about that for sure, because I knew as soon as they got a hold of me, I was going to have a whole nother bag of works. And I never told you, Eddie, but in 1991, I was taken to the Torrance Dojo of Horace Gracie by a famous director, producer in Hollywood named John Milius, who did Conan the Barbarian, Red Dawn, and a bunch of films. And I was kickboxing a lot back then, and Hoist came out when we got in there, introduced himself to me, and immediately took me into one of his private rooms for the little Gracie Challenge routine, right? Closed the door, looked at me, said, "Hey, I understand you're a kickboxer. Come at me. Take my head off," right? So I said, "We're all alone." I said, "Want me to put on some gloves?" He goes, "No, let's just do this," right? And I was game, so I went at him. 45 seconds later, let's give or take 10 seconds, he had me on the ground in a side choke, right? Got underneath my punches the whole bit. He goes, "Tap, tap, tap." And I tapped, and I'll never forget it, Eddie. He sits up in the guard, straightens out his gi, and looks at me and goes, "See, isn't it nice not to get hit in the face?" Like that, right?
Yo,
There you go.
you were Hoist Gracie. You could have been in Gracie in action. What if they put you in that shit? What if they secretly videotaped you and put you in Gracie in action?
You never know. I'll tell you my biggest regret, I lived over an hour away from his dojo, and the big thing is he wanted me to train with him. And one of the biggest regrets in life, Eddie, is I didn't train and start training jits with Hoist back in 91. Because God knows what, I'd probably be teaching at your place by now,
Nice.
All-
The kids classes, man.
Exactly. Well, anyway,
Hey,
all
do you
kidding aside, we
remember?
got another fight. We got another two fights I want to get your opinion on. Coming up, obviously, the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson match, July 20th. Speaking of boxing, interest you at all?
Oh yes. Are you kidding? Mike Tyson, old Mike Tyson versus. It's fucking a great matchup. I love it, right? Because like prime Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. Come on, man. That would come on. But
No, forget it. That would end
he is
end
almost
quickly.
he is almost 60. So damn, maybe like we're gonna find out. Is he too old? Is he was he able to get back in shape and be all motivated? It looks like he's super motivated. It looks like he's in shape. But is it not enough? That motivation and all that enthusiasm, is that not enough because of the age? We're gonna find out. I love the matchup. I love it. Can't wait.
We'll find out. I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He's very serious, Eddie. He's
Hell
not taking this lightly. He's
And then
really
the people
serious.
like, "Oh no, I'm not into it. He's so old. I'm not
No,
into it. He's
no.
so like shut the fuck." Like you care about like, oh, he's just too old. He's gonna mess his brain up. Dude was in like 30 wars in his life. You know what I mean? He didn't care back then. Oh, but he's old now. He's fine. He
Once
knows
a fighter, always a fighter. And prediction, and nothing against Jake Paul, because I think he's doing a lot of good bringing young eyeballs to the sport of boxing, no matter what the influence or set of fights or whatever you want to call them that he's having or not. But he's definitely drawing attention. And boxing is a great sport. It's apples and oranges compared to mixed martial arts. Prediction: 3 rounds. I say Tyson knocks him out in 3 rounds.
man, it's hard to say. It's really
It's hard to
just,
say.
it's really, is Mike Tyson too old? Is he too old, or is is he does he still have the power to knock out a young lion? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a toss up. I'm for sure rooting for Tyson. I mean, how could you not root for Tyson?
You can't help
But
but not root for Tyson. Yeah.
but Jake Paul's legit. I mean, people are like, they're figuring it out now. At first, it was like, this is some YouTuber, but he's legit, man. That guy can
No,
box.
he's legit. He's legit. I mean, is he a high quality boxer? That's always up for question. But he's totally legit. His approach, everything else. I got nothing against Jake Paul. I'm friends with his brother Logan. More power to him. They're definitely pulling down the cash, definitely pulling down the money, and again, bringing boxing to the eyeballs of the young. Whether it makes them watch the other boxing events or not, that's a whole nother story. But may the best man win. I'm just saying, if Tyson's going to win, it's going to be in the first 3 rounds when he comes out like an animal. We'll see. The
Do you
last
think
thing you lose in life is your power, Eddie. The last
Yeah.
thing you lose is your power.
But the first thing you lose is your chin.
Is your what?
Your chin.
Yes.
That goes first.
Yes. Very true.
Um, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But do you think it's going to be a full-blown, 100% legit, balls to the walls type boxing match, or do you think they had some, do they like a secret deal, like don't knock me out. Let's just make that money. Don't get hurt. Let's just make that money. Don't get crazy. you know.
Well, in
What do you
answer to
think?
that question, what I think is first off, what has been put down, unless they've changed it again, we've got 16-ounce gloves. Okay, who does that benefit? Actually, I think that benefits Mike Tyson. Second, we've got 2-minute rounds. Again, unless it's been changed, who does that benefit? Again, I think that benefits Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Third, we've got no judges. It's a knockdown only win fight. In other words, there's no commission, no judges. So it's called, or I don't know about the commission, but there may be a commission, but there's no judges, and the only way to win is by a knockout. Otherwise, it's a draw.
I like that.
Unless,
I
yeah,
love
unless,
that. I love that.
so that in itself tells me that they're going to go for it. If they're going to dance around and play with each other, we're going to see that right away in the first 2 rounds.
Guys, have we forgot that it's Mike Tyson in there? It doesn't matter if you have a gentleman's agreement. You piss that dude off, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You're right. He don't give a fuck. He bites ears off.
Yeah.
exactly. Well, okay. I think that day's gone by a little bit, but it's not that he's not capable. Once a warrior, always a warrior. So we'll see what happens there. Dallas Stadium. God knows the amount of money. And it's amazing, though, Eddie, when you think about it. Netflix, what a smart move on their part. You can watch this fight for free if you're a Netflix subscriber. But how many people are going to now subscribe to Netflix to watch the fight? And supposedly, it's been reported, and who knows if this is true or not, Tyson, 20 or more million guaranteed. Jake Paul, putting it together, who knows, 30, 40 million, whatever the case might be. The numbers are extravagant. Next bout I want to talk about, Chandler and Connor. Give me your take.
Man, that could go either way. I mean, shit. They both got lots of power. And what weight are they doing that at?
70.
170, welterweight, right?
Oh. Connor's gonna like that. You know, that's both of them are going up in weight. So, you know, you could say, oh, Connor's gonna be slower, but you could say that about Chandler. They're both 55ers. But Connor was a 45er for a while. But I don't know, man. But it's gonna be an amazing match. I don't know. Predicting fights is just like, you know, you're just guessing. I don't know. I have no idea. Someone's gonna get knocked out, though. I guarantee that.
I don't see the fight going 5 rounds, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, someone's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. And when you watch the training videos, like Chandler's training videos, oh my gosh, he's training like an animal.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Over 20 million at the gate, Eddie. Connor brings it to the table. Biggest
Where's that
fight
gonna
ever.
be at?
Pardon me?
Where's it gonna be at? At that T-Mobile?
It's a T-Mobile. It's T-Mobile. Tickets, the bottom line ticket, the floor tickets, the face value for floor tickets is $3,505. Highest price I've ever seen a UFC ticket for. That means the scalpers are going to be moving those for 5, 10, 15, 20 grand each, you know, close up.
Damn. Is it sold out already?
It's already done over 20 million in ticket sales. Biggest ever.
Wow.
So I have to say, yes, it's sold out. It's in the scalpers' hands at this point.
Damn.
Crazy.
Connor's stronger than ever.
Ever. I mean, look at it. He came out. Oh, by the way, Eddie, okay, speaking of Connor, did you see Roadhouse?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd love to talk to you about that.
Did they have a bunch of woke shit in it?
No, it's the remake. It's the
I
remake of
don't
the
know.
Patrick.
Yeah, they'll take a remake and shove a bunch of bullshit down people's throats. They have no problem doing that.
You know what? It's just a romp for 2 hours. Connor steals the show. Not much
Really?
depth. Connor does a great
good,
job.
He's a good actor and everything.
He's Connor.
He just
Yeah,
plays.
he doesn't really need to act. His character is Connor, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty much Connor.
That's
Connor,
awesome.
you know, Connor personified.
That's awesome, man. I'll go check it out. I'll go check it out. They don't have.
When are we gonna get a real jiu-jitsu movie?
I think there are a couple. I think.
Not really. Like there's that Red Belt movie that.
Oh,
David
you know what?
Mamet
There is a movie coming out. There is a movie coming out on the story of Maeda, and then the story of Hickson. It was going to be one movie. It was going to be because Maeda was like the first Hickson. He's a Japanese judo guy, jiu-jitsu guy from Kano's karate or judo, and he went all over the world and challenged people. He was doing that shit like in the early 1900s, That's a great story. The Maeda story, that's being worked on. It's going to be a big movie. And they decided to make 2 different movies. One on Maeda, and then part 2 is going to be the Hickson Gracie story. Yo, and that's going to be legit. Jean-Jacques Machado is a consultant on those movies. He knows the guy who's putting it together, and they're trying to make it as legit as possible.
That's awesome.
Dude, the Maeda story, dude, fuck. That's
on the Hickson story, did you guys ever hear the story about his son that was killed?
Yes.
Horrible. Remember, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
details, but it was tragic. And
Yeah, very, very tragic. I don't want to go into details. It's that tragic. Well, you guys are missing one big thing that's happening. Dwayne Johnson. They started production this week.
Yeah, the Smashing Machine.
On the Smashing Machine.
yeah.
I'm skeptical. I mean, like that's a movie that like, I mean, I don't know how Mark Kerr's doing today, but like it doesn't have a good ending for the most part. It's kind of a sad story. So, The Rock is like this guy that does everything that's like all happy and stuff. Like, I don't know. You watch that original documentary and like they're tough moments. I don't know if The Rock is going to do that kind of movie.
If it's anything like The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, that was amazing. The Wrestler was amazing. If it's done like that, like in a dark way,
Yeah.
Well, let me beg not to differ with you, TJ. Just to say, The Rock has proven himself. He can be a dramatic actor. He has a wide range in this. They've got him made up to look like The Rock. I'd rather Mark Kerr. I can see him delving into this and giving a really serious performance. I mean, listen, we know Mark Kerr was addicted to painkillers, everything going
But I
with
mean,
it.
what's the ending of the movie? Mark Kerr getting smashed by King Mo and Memorial Hall in Kansas City? Like, I don't know how that movie ends. I just don't see it being a sad movie, and that's kind of the way it needs to end.
Oh, it's not going to be a lifting, happy-go-lucky movie. There'll be moments. I mean, this is a biopic. So
Right. I want it to end in a proper way, not like with Mark Kerr winning the UFC heavyweight championship.
what is he doing now? He's selling cars in Arizona or something?
I don't know.
Hey,
Is that a happy
hey
ending?
guys, I got to take off. I got to teach class.
Do your
You see
thing,
me?
Eddie.
Oh, yeah, go get him.
10th Planet.
Look at that.
Go to 10thplanetjj.com. Also, I just dropped an album a few months ago. Go to Spotify, Apple Music. The band is called Hook Thieves. The album is called Jar of Lies. Go check it out. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, TJ. I love you guys. Don't miss EBI. June 2nd, live on UFC Fight Pass. TJ's going to be that play-by-play guy as usual, killing it with B-Mac. See you guys later. Thank you. Love you.
Hi, everybody. I've had an absolute blast recording your championship intros on audio and also on video. And for those of you that didn't know, the videos can be done special exactly the way you like them, because these are green screens and we can do them with a scene behind me. Do you want a fighting scene? Do you want a beach scene? Do you want a race car scene? Any scene you want, we can give it to you. It's your theme and my pleasure. Just write our offices and we will answer you with the exact fee involved and how it'll get done. So here we are, and now it's time, and it's your choice. Cheers!
All right, Eddie Bravo. Never-ending energy, Eddie Bravo. Never-ending, never standing still, Eddie Bravo. Always moving, Eddie Bravo. Boy, he's a really busy guy.
Yeah, he's like a shark. If he's not moving, he's dying.
Yeah, I know. And, when you think about a success story and you realize when he opened up his first 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu dojo, how many of these does he have around the country?
Oh, a lot. I think over 200 or 300 locations worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot.
Wow, my business mind just kind of went crazy. So
Yeah, he's doing
I'm
well.
sorry. I'm going to do this for the thrill of defeat, okay?
Okay.
Let's figure he gets a $5,000 licensing fee
Okay.
a month. Does that sound out of reach?
This is a whole thing that's way out of my league, Buff.
Let's call it $2,000 licensing fee.
Okay.
Good for Eddie.
Good for Eddie.
Good for Eddie.
Good for Eddie.
$400,000 a month. Definitely. That's good. Somewhere in the vicinity. Sorry, Eddie. I had to do it. Business mind working. Not like anybody else hasn't tried to figure that out either, but good for Eddie Bravo. I got to say it again. EBI, if you get a chance to watch it, get a chance to see it, definitely enjoy it because it's exciting stuff. I got some things to talk about here, TJ.
Let's go.
I was going to Vegas last week for the fight night And then, Barboza and Murphy, which what a fight that was, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It surprised me in a lot of ways.
Surprised me in a lot of ways, too. But, Barboza had, held in till the end.
Yep.
Took quite a beating, when you see it. But so did Murphy in his own right.
For
Most
sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
It went back ways. They got the bonus, all good. Good solid night of fights. The one thing, the fight that ended in the headbutt,
Uh-huh.
you remember that?
Yep.
She was warned twice, but that had to end. They couldn't continue on that one.
No, I agree. I think the officials are doing a better job than they've ever done, to be honest with you, these days. I really do. I think they get a tough rap, but between replays and multiple looks at it, it's a tough decision to be made on the fly, Buff. Really tough. And I think more often than not, there's always going to be some room for criticism, but for the most part, they're doing what they can, and I think they do a pretty good job.
I think they do an excellent job, and I want to give credit to Angela Hill. Definitely came in, lived up to her nickname, Overkill, dominated that fight, strong fight. Angela's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
30 fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
Long time since her first appearance on the first female Tough Fighter show. So
yeah,
there's a success in the making right there. And Chaos Williams coming out as strong as he did. There were some good fights. It's great to see these fight nights because all these upcoming fighters that we're going to see more and more and more of looking excellent. Did you see the lineup for UFC 303?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it's great. It's International Fight Week, and a lot of people were wondering, can they put together a card that is going to be on par with UFC 300? Well, no card should ever be on par with UFC 300,
no,
unless it's UFC 400. But
right.
They did a great job at still making IFW an important, exciting week.
Agreed. I could go through the card, but we'll go through the card when we get closer to the show. One thing, when I was in Vegas this weekend, I flew to Vegas. I was on JSX, which is a semi-private airline that I like to use, like 20, 30-seat planes.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the LA Sparks and me.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you did a little, pumping them up.
I couldn't help it. I'm sitting there in the small terminal.
Yeah,
they're all around. I couldn't help but pump them up. They did lose the game,
right?
But it was Andy Cohen. You know Andy Cohen?
Yep.
Andy Cohen, myself, and the Sparks, and really, good. It was fun. It was fun. They're a real solid team together, most definitely. Now, when I got to Vegas, they had the EDC concert. You familiar with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the electronic dance music.
Wow. It's a young scene.
Yeah.
Not saying anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But the outfits.
Yeah, they're bright.
Bright, revealing, you name it.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. They got their whole thing going on.
Crazy stuff. Listen, you're in an airplane.
Okay.
Flying international, flying domestic. Pilot says we're hitting turbulence. Do you always put on your seatbelt when they tell you to?
Well, I believe you're supposed to have your seatbelt belted at all times.
Well, did you hear what happened on the Singapore Airlines flight?
Did someone not have their seatbelt belted at all times?
They hit severe turbulence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were told all to put it on. The plane took a 6,000-foot drop. Right? Leaving one person dead and over 30 hurt. And now, as a result, there's a number of people that have spinal injuries.
Yeah. Were they not wearing their seatbelt?
I can't say whether they were or they weren't. I'm
guessing you don't get a spinal injury if you're wearing your seatbelt.
And then they probably didn't. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But now it's like, when I'm on the long distance flight, like going to Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say I can fly business class, so you get the flat seats or whatever. But I still keep the seatbelt on. I've had times where I've actually been lifted out of the seat.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so wear your seatbelt. That's the point.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I'm belted in at all times.
Do you hear that Elvis's Graceland mansion is being foreclosed on?
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
I know. It's like an outstanding $3.8 million loan.
Was somebody living there, or is it like a museum?
So I thought it was a museum where people just tour it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So, and speaking of Graceland, they're auctioning off stuff. His Elvis Presley's nightstand Bible is now up for auction.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last bid on it was $30,000.
Wow.
Just for the Bible. But obviously there's something going on in Graceland. That's all I can say. But I thought that was a big tourist.
Yeah, I
type.
thought so too. It's surprising to me.
Interesting. This P. Diddy situation.
Yeah.
Do you see that video?
I've not watched the video. I've heard about it. I have
Yeah.
no interest in looking at it.
Just more and more. Now he's being another lawsuit hitting him from the former winner of MTV's Model Mission. And, he's come on, he's publicly apologized and such as that. But
What does that do? You know what I mean? Like, there's some things you just don't get to apologize for. Like,
how can you apologize for
but
something like that?
You don't, yeah. Deaf
I mean,
ears.
you can
It should fall on
apologize
deaf
for
ears.
it, but the fact is you did it.
Right, it doesn't, yeah. Like, you know better. There's no sense of like, oh, I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
Let me just apologize. Like, no.
No. We'll leave it at that. We'll see
Yeah.
what's up. I have no sympathy, right?
I agree.
You play, you pay, period.
Mm-hmm.
Shohei Ohtani just bought Adam Carolla's mission for $7.85 million. It's amazing, and that his
Is the house
cohort
in
who
good
did-
shape, or is it a bit of a gamble?
have no idea.
Come on, Buff. Think about that. That's a good joke.
Oh, I got you. Right. Okay. We'll go
Thank
with
you.
it. I'll give you
Thank
that one, TJ.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you familiar with the Red Sox pitcher Austin Maddox?
Yeah, I know the name.
You do?
Mhm.
He was just arrested.
What do you do?
Anti-child predator sting.
Ooh.
Pedophile sting.
Ooh.
Yep. He was arrested during an anti-child predator sting that was done in Florida last month. Now he's facing several felony charges.
Yikes.
Yep. It was a big operation put on by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. 5-day what they call Operation Valiant Nights, and they targeted 27 men who claimed they were communicating with underage girls online.
Wow.
He's only 33 years old.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yep, not a good thing. $300,000 bond. Again, you play, you pay. But I have no sympathy, none for that whatsoever.
Agreed.
The new Mad Max movie, Furiosa, is coming out.
All right.
I love Mad Max movies.
Never seen him.
TJ, come on. I know you don't watch movies, okay? I know you didn't see The Godfather. I
I'm
know all
sorry.
this kind of stuff.
You
You never
want me to
saw
lie
The
to
Road
you?
Warrior?
You want me to lie? Yeah, I saw it. It's great.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No, I'm lying to you, Buff. I've never seen it.
You never saw Road Warrior with Mel
No.
Gibson?
No, Buff. No.
I mean, it's not like I got to stop life and go watch it tonight, but it's like,
yeah, I never had cable, and we didn't go to movies. That one might have been out before I was even born. And we didn't rent movies. So if it wasn't
Okay.
on like ABC's Movie of the Week or whatever,
oh,
I didn't see it.
Listen, that's okay. All good. Me just being the movie buff that I am.
sorry, Buff. I
That's
wish I
okay.
could help you out more in these situations. Trust me.
Not a worry. Listen, that poker game I played on YouTube,
Mm.
I'll post it up if everybody watches on, everybody watches. But anybody out there listening, if you check my social media, Instagram or Twitter, I'm sorry, X, I still have a hard time saying X.
I say Twitter. I can't help it. I'm old.
Yeah, it just
apparently.
comes out. Tweet, Twitter, X. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
what
kind of
do you
like
do?
saying
Do you no longer
Nurmagomedov
tweet?
versus saying Frank Trigg. It's like I need more to talk about.
Yeah. Do you just post on X or do you tweet on X? Or
I
do
say I
you-
tweet, but I guess you can say I post. But I'll be posting it. I'll be playing a high-stakes poker game on Monday night where, I did really well in the last one. So check it
Nice.
out if you want to watch. And last week they had a game, the same game in a different sense, which was a karate combat game. They had on bodybuilder named Michael Hearn. They had on Luke Rockhold, Uriah Hall
Yep.
playing against Phil Hellmuth. And Luke Rockhold got second, won like $27,000.
Nice.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. I asked him why they didn't invite me to that game. I would have beat them all.
Of
But
course.
It's okay. It's all
course.
right.
It's all right.
It was fun. I'm not in karate combat, so I guess that's it. But anyway, I'll be playing them. Then the next day, I'm going to go back, TJ, and they have 9 people playing, $1 million each, cash on the table in front of them. $1 million each.
Wow.
Going to be a 2 or 3 day game.
Wow.
I'll introduce the players. They're going to do a lot of publicity for Puncher's Chance and It's Time Cologne.
Well, go get it, Buff.
Yeah. Well, I'm not playing that game.
Oh,
I'd love to play that game.
I thought someone was going to pony up for you.
If I had time, I probably could have found a backer and been in that game.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put up $1 million of my own money for that. I'm sorry.
All right.
There's whether you can afford it or not, there's certain limitations. You got to be realistic.
I feel
My
you.
dad always taught me. He said, win like you're used to it, lose like it doesn't bother you, and play with money you can afford to lose.
Got you.
So it's called a bankroll. Anyway, imagine that, having a chance to win like about $3-4 million in cash at a
Yeah.
table. Come on, I think it's really cool.
Well, if it's $9 million across the table of 9 players, you can win $8 million.
No, that's in a tournament. Okay, this is a
Oh,
cash
so
game.
second and third gets everything.
Yeah, I mean, guys might lose 100,000 or win 100,000 or
Gotcha.
win $1 million, but I mean,
Gotcha,
you're not going to like win $9 million. You're not going to take everybody's money at the table.
Well, I mean,
It's a
that'd be a
different
lot
story.
more interesting to watch.
Well, the World Series of Poker is coming up, and I just did the check. I could actually play the main event this year if I want to.
Do it.
Got to block out 12 days. It'd be great to do. First prize, and that's like 10-12 million. That would be really exciting.
Is
I
it
just
still
love poker.
10 grand to get in, or what is it?
Yeah, still $10,000 entry
Nice.
to get in, but the
Nice.
return potential. Last time I played it, I won like 8,500 people entered. I went out about 570, and I won $28,000.
Nice.
I
Go do it
broke into
again.
pocket aces on the button. Again, if you
Mm.
understand poker.
Yep.
Guy had a pair of eights who played against me. He flopped quad eights.
That's
Took my whole stack.
how it goes.
All right, those of you who understand poker understand what we just talked about. Those of you who don't understand poker are probably wondering what we talked about. Bottom line, it's a fun game. All right, TJ, that's pretty much it for me. What's going on with you? Anything happening?
Yeah, I'm headed out to Visalia this weekend. I'm going to be calling Uriah Faber's A1 Combat. In the main event, Uriah Faber takes on Jeff Glover in combat jiu-jitsu. Sounds like it's going to be modified rules. Don't exactly know what it's going to be, but we'll find out. It's live and available for you on UFC Fight Pass. That's Saturday.
Very cool. Memorial Day weekend. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy your barbecues. Enjoy your family. I am going to be dormant this weekend. Probably go out of town myself. Further celebrate my birthday. Next week is UFC Newark. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm heading out. I'm going to be doing a movie, TJ.
Nice.
Yeah, they're remaking The Naked Gun.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. And you know, guess who's going to star in the Leslie Nielsen role? As
Liam
Devlin?
Neeson, I heard. I heard about this.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Yeah. It'll be
So,
interesting. I don't
it's
know if his personality profile fits that of Leslie Nielsen's, but I don't know. We'll find out.
He actually has a grand ability to do dry comedy.
Yeah, I mean, he does everything dry.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I think it'll be a perfect choice, but we'll see. It'll be fun. I got to spend a week in Atlanta. Going to be down there with a couple other individuals from UFC. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it yet, so I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll keep everything else a surprise.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too. And then the moment I get back from that, then it's off to a week later, Saudi Arabia.
Dang.
And then big UFC fight week.
Yep.
Dang. And by the way, that Sphere show, I can't tell you what's going on, but there's so much prep for that show, even prep involving me at this point, months before.
All right.
When Dana says he's going to spend more money than ever on that show, and it's going to be a show beyond shows, aside from being probably a bit of a production nightmare, that's going to be staggering, that show.
Yeah, I
Now,
can't
do
wait
you
to see
think
it.
that they're going to show fights on the outside of the Sphere?
That would be something else.
Or maybe like show me coming out doing the We Are Live, like
Maybe.
UFC. I mean, you've got to bring attention to what's going on inside that Sphere at that point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of opportunities. I think you do more than anybody even understands.
It's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I was just looking at it from my hotel room window this weekend. It just still blows me away. It's like one of the wonders of the world.
It is. It truly is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, TJ, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go train for a couple hours and get ready for what I don't know, but get ready.
All right. Well, go get it.
All right, everybody, enjoy your week. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Celebrate. Be safe. And when you set your goals, to write them down, to walk on that yellow path road ahead, to achieve and succeed in everything you want to do in life, just be the best you can be, because then you're winning. And that's what we're all about, and It's Time Radio is winning. So big cheers and no fears forever, everybody. Have a great week. We'll be back next week. Buffer out.